one gotta go, and we're talking about music.
Oh,
Music, ladies and gentlemen.
we're
So,
switching up the
mostly
music.
rap. Yeah, we're switching to music. So, mostly rap. So, one gotta go, and everything with it too. As an artist, music, everything.
Okay.
So, Kanye West, Donda,
Mm.
Drake, Certified Lover Boy, Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Morales and the Big Steppers, and j.cole, The Off Season.
Oh my God. One got to go, like including their whole career.
Yeah, career, music, persona, everything like that. They gotta go.
Christ, dude. That's okay. One out the gate, I am not gonna send them on their way is J. Cole. This, as a North Carolina native, I mean, before the baby and Stunna and all these guys came up from Charlotte, I mean, J. Cole was the guy that represented North Carolina for a long ass time. And I mean, he's done so much for the community. I mean, I was just there at his Dream Fest. That was insane. But I mean, he's helped the local artists get their start, sign them to the label. I mean, his music, I mean, if you listen to the albums, there's a lot of passion behind it. And that's what I love about music. You showcase your passion, how you're feeling. And J. Cole does that off of every album that I have listened to. I would not take him out. Now, a toss up between Drake and Kendrick. I mean, Kendrick, out of these three people that are still left, Kendrick has put on the less amount of music between these three people. And the fact of the matter is, I think Good Kid, Mad City, I think that was one, Pimp a
Yes,
Butterfly,
yes,
Damn, and now
yes.
this one. That's only four albums he has put out. If we include the Untitled mixtape. I mean,
And Section 80.
and
Well,
Section 80. I mean, oh my God. I mean, Kendrick,
I like Kendrick. Kendrick is the type of artist that he's so good he really doesn't have to put out that much, kind of like J. Cole.
I
Them two
mean,
are on the top. It's like, we know your music is fire. We know you have bangers. They can actually spit lyrically. They don't really got to do that much like other artists today.
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, I mean, this guy is very humble. He brought up a new West Coast type of rap that was not there. I mean, he kind of passed the old heads of the West Coast, kind of passed the torch to them
He
because
did.
I mean, all these other West Coast rappers, I mean, they're not on the same level as him. I mean, he has respect from the old heads, respect from the new gen, respect from the people who's still in now. I mean, he's overall respected as an artist and as a person. Now, if we're talking about just the music, I mean, look at what he has put out. I mean, he switches up his flow. He talks about certain topics that not a lot of people have really talk about. I mean, that's why him and J. Cole, I would not consider them out. Just because just because of the passion and what they do outside of the studio and helping other people put them on. I mean, that's something. I mean, hell, who heard of Baby Keem before Family Ties? Anybody? That's
Nah,
Kendrick's cousin.
I haven't. I haven't, honestly.
No, that's Kendrick. That's bloodline family. I would keep. I mean, and that's something I've been raised in. So I'm keeping J. Cole. I'm keeping Kendrick. Drake and Kanye. Kanye, that motherfucker going through too much right now. That motherfucker going through everything.
Honestly.
And the way he's been kind of just moving is just I don't like it. Drake, I mean Drake again makes great music. Kanye has made great music. All these artists you have named have made great classic tunes. But I mean, out of those four, the one that gotta go, I know I'm gonna get some flack. I know I'm gonna get some hate, but it gotta be Kanye. I don't think that I mean his music, if we from when he started all the way up to 2006, if we just had that Kanye, I'm telling you right now, that would be a big game changer. But now we have I mean, Donda is a Christian album. I mean, the guy was on the God Complex, Christian spirited, on top of, and then he's being a hypocrite and messing around with. I mean, he has too much, and he's putting himself in a bad light. But nobody's going to do that because he's Kanye. I mean, when Donda how many listening parties did he have for Donda? 3.
I think I don't even know at this point. I forgot.
And I mean, he's just moving weird, and I just
Really?
can't comprehend that. Focus on the music. Now, if we are taking the artist out and just as a producer, I don't think you people understand how many tracks Kanye was a part of.
Oh, he was
Like
part of
I'm
a
a
lot of
lot
crap.
of producing. If he was just part of executive producing, I mean, after 2006 and when he started going off the deep end, I would happily keep Kanye around. But just for the simple fact of,
How his
I mean,
life
you're
is.
moving differently. Your life is moving. I mean, you're fighting with Pete Davidson. I mean, you're fighting. I mean, you're making Donda. And there's allegations of you taking people off the songs like Soldier Boy and a few others. I mean, you are just not really there mentally in the music game anymore. And
Like,
I don't know what's going on, but we want 2006 Kanye again. Please bring us out something. I'm
like,
kind of.
all
I
right.
mean, I'm kind of glad. Hopefully, with all the bullshit that Kanye's doing right now, we get something like the college dropout, but just on a whole new level. I'm really hoping for a comeback for Kanye. I really do. I mean, but I mean, as soon as he gets his shit together, and I mean, what happens personally goes into the music, and I mean, it just shows, and I don't think he's ready yet. Drake, I am keeping just for the. I mean, Drake is just Drake. I mean, just like
Yeah,
Kanye is Kanye.
how it is. Drake is Drake. Like, I just look. I understand with the whole like Kanye thing, because I know Kanye. Like, ever since all right, college dropout, late registration, and maybe 808 Heartbreaks was good. He fell off after he made the Yeezus and all these other dumbass albums, and they started not making sense after a while. And then after that, the whole thing with, and after that, when he married Kim, that fucking went, south as shit.
I mean,
And
and now he's doing it with it now. I mean, plus the beef with Drake. I mean, come on now. Like, I mean, you are just making enemies just for the sake of getting your name out. I mean,
I, I,
it's a way, but I wouldn't go it that way.
I know he's trying to go on the route of like, trying to find himself, trying to find God. Yes, I know he's like that's good trying to find yourself and trying to find God, but your music, like
It's not speaking for you.
if we have to go to his 2019 album, Jesus is King, there's only one song that I messed with out of that whole entire album, which is Follow God. That's it. Everything else is maybe like normal or at best. I said it. At best. Literally. I mean, you even made a choir, a brand new choir that no one heard of. Sunday's Best. And so was it? No, it was Sunday Service. I think it was named. I forgot. I gotta probably look it up. But it was probably one of them type of two. And there's one song on your choir's album that I like too. Don't remember off the top of my head, but I'll let you know. But after a while, them it was pretty. They're pretty good. I'm not gonna hold you. The choir's pretty good. Just the music term for that you do with yourself is You came out with Donda. You tried to make a comeback. Donda was good, yes. I mean, Hurricane fire, Off the Grid fire, Praise God was good, Moon was good, but your whole entire album as a whole, it was lackluster.
I mean,
It
how many
was
songs were on the album?
probably 20, maybe
Four
more.
out of 20.
Maybe
Four
I'm
out of
wrong. I'm
20
probably wrong
songs.
about that. I'm not sure.
Well, 4 out of 10, 15. I mean, that's still failing. Like, I mean, of course he has these die-hard fans, but I mean, but at the same time, I got to say, if one got to go, I got to say Kanye, and
Because
I'm hoping he can make a comeback. And after this whole Pete Davidson, and he has to get his priorities straight before he gets back in the booth. If he was just producing full time or executive producing, giving advice to people, I would. I would not even have him to go, but just for the sake of that, Kanye got to go, my friend.
Yeah, I understand like as well. I love Drake. I also do love. I know there's a lot of people out there that hate Drake with a passion. I understand that. But honestly, Drake has it. Come on, Certified Lover Boy was actually a pretty good album. I'm not gonna hold you. I mean, Way Too Sexy blew off. Knife Talk was a banger. Girls Want Girls, especially with Lil Baby on the track. Come on now, Lil Baby on
Yeah,
anybody's album is also fire. Like
I'm,
Into
I'm,
Deep, Pipe Down, No Friends in the Industry, like all
I
that was
mean, it's a solid album, and I mean, with people like Drake, Kanye, like Jay-Z, and hell, we can even throw Kendrick in there. I mean, when you have a legacy like that, and you're like, okay, that's why they take so long because they need to like figure out like, hey, is this going to be it? I mean, that's why they have their teams around, not even as music people, but even some of their friends. I'm like, yo, do you think like outside of the friendship, do you think people are going to listen to this? And they have this caliber. Like Drake had um, the album with Marvin's Room headlines, and then you got Just Hold On Going Home. I mean, you got Best I Ever Had. I mean, he has to top it off every fucking time he puts out an album. And
like,
I
bro,
and that's a
like
lot of stress.
that is, man. Like, but if I tell you like some of Drake's stuff, same thing goes for Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole. Let me just name out some of each rappers, albums. Besides Certified Lover Boy, Drake, Scorpion in 2018, Views in 2016, Take Care, best album that nigga put out. Nothing Was the Same, More Life, Thank Me
Yeah.
Later was also a banger. So Far Gone was also a banger. If you're reading this, It's Too Late was also a banger. Like everything this man put out, you don't know how versatile Drake is. Drake can be doing rap one day, R&B the next, maybe be on like a pop album one next, and he's just versatile, and he's just like good like that. Like
I'm,
even if you remember when he was on the song with Rihanna, come on now. That was a
I mean,
banger.
he's just a good versatile artist at the end of the day.
So
End
like,
of the day.
man, you have J. Cole and then you have Kendrick Lamar, the two most lyrical rappers in the rap industry. J. Cole bringing out banger after banger. Like Kendrick Lamar, same thing, banger after banger. Like
I
J.
don't know if I don't know if you listened to J. Cole before Dreamfest, like literally maybe a couple days before Dreamfest, the actual event happened. He put out Dreamville himself, the guy who made Dreamville, the label, put out an album called D-Day. That shit, every song goes in. I don't care. And then seeing it perform live, Stick is never the same to me. I can listen to it, but being in that mosh pit when Stick was played was crazy. I mean, Earth Gang, Boss, fucking Loot, um,
Yeah,
Monet. I mean, these guys are from North Carolina, and that's why I love about J. Cole. He helps the local people.
and D-Day was a fire album. Like I said with J. Cole, Born Sinner, Cold World, KOD, his best album, 2014 Forest Hill Drive, For Your Eyes Only. Like this man comes out with bangers. Like you only like the come up with J. Cole in 2011 to how he is now. The man has just been getting better and better by like every single year.
Well, I
That's
mean, we also need to talk about this since we're talking about banger after banger. You got the Kanye fans coming in. Listen, Kanye has put out amazing music. I have said this
yes.
before, but he is not on the same level as these guys. I mean, if we would compare them all, like 20, I would say maybe 2011, they would all
Mhm.
be there. And then all of a sudden, Drake got better. J. Cole got, and then Kendrick came in, and he's now soaring with them, and Kanye's just going down. I mean, I hope for a comeback. I really want a college dropout type of album to happen, with, especially all the bullshit he went through. I mean, these past few years. Please, I need another one of that. Until then, we'll see what happens.